So it's that time of year when we are all thinking about bettering ourselves. We are thinking about going on the diet, starting the workout routine, starting the business, doing all those things that we really have wanted to do all along, but we're really making excuses about. But one of the things that many of us are looking for at this time of year is motivation. And I wanted to do a video about that today because I really believe that if you are looking for motivation, you are thinking about motivation all wrong. So today I'm going to talk all about motivation and reveal to you what you should be looking for instead. So stay tuned. What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jen. I am a mindset coach and law of attraction teacher, and you have found my YouTube channel where I upload 2 new videos for you guys every week all about the art of combining mindset and manifestation together in order to create your best life. So if you are invested in transforming this year and throughout this decade, then be sure to follow along with me and hit that subscribe button. So if you guys go on Pinterest right now or even on Instagram, you can probably find all kinds of accounts out there that are full of motivational quotes, motivational videos, things that are designed to pump you up and make you feel good and make you feel like taking the next step. So when it comes to accomplishing our New Year's resolutions, so many of us start to think that we need to find this motivation in order to make the things that we really want to do happen. And I see this happening already online. I see people looking for motivation, seeking out that kind of content. And I totally understand why that is. To a certain degree, it's understandable and actually even can be healthy. If you can find motivational content that actually motivates you and that gets you going, that's a really great thing, right? You think? But if you look at this a little bit deeper, you can start to see that maybe this isn't the best way to approach changing your life. So my number one problem with looking for motivation outside of you is the very fact that it is outside of you. So I've talked about this on this channel so many times, but anytime that you are trying to fix your internal state by looking or doing something in the external world, you know you are setting yourself up for a fall. So you might find that buzz and that motivation drive if you find the right content right away, right? And that's what most people do. But the problem is that what happens when that content isn't there? What happens when you can't find a quote? What happens when you read a quote and it doesn't motivate you? What happens then? So this is where we sell ourselves short when it comes to looking for motivation. When we think that the thing outside of us is what's actually motivating us, we give our power to that thing. That also means that this action that we are taking is no longer in control. We are kind of saying that we will only do this if this other thing makes us feel a certain way. But we are actually in charge of our emotions. We are the ones who actually create motivation. And you can create motivation anytime, whether or not you read a quote or watch a video or read a book or listen to a podcast. Motivation is available to you at all times. But what I really wanted to talk about in this video is that I really wanted to shift your thinking about motivation entirely. So again, I know that motivation is such a huge thing. Even on YouTube, there are so many motivational videos out there. And again, I'm not telling you not to watch them, but I am warning you not to get too attached to the idea of having to need that in order to do the things you want to do. And in fact, what I want to suggest to you today is that there is something that is actually more important than motivation, and that is self-discipline. So again, when we think about motivation, we are thinking, oh, I need this person's words or that person's voice to like pump me up and make me feel like going for a run, or make me feel like eating correctly, or make me feel like hustling more, earning more money, whatever it is. But what happens when you don't feel like it? What happens when you go to look for the fix, getting the feeling from outside of you, and that feeling doesn't come? So this is the real sticky part of the issue. And this is where people tend to start to fall off of the motivation wagon and go back into doing whatever they were doing before. So again, January is all talk about motivation, getting started, fresh beginnings, doing things right, etc., etc., etc. And in the beginning, when you're motivated, sure, that's pretty easy. Like when we psych ourselves up to do something, it comes pretty easily for a little while. But what happens when you start to hit a rough patch? What happens when you no longer get that buzz from looking at something online that makes you feel like working out? What happens when that stuff stops working? That is when you need to realize that the thing that is more important than motivation is your ability to show up for yourself. And that is what self-discipline is all about. So I know that when it comes to New Year's resolutions, there are very few people talking about self-discipline and how important that is. But this really is the thing that we should be thinking about. Motivation comes and goes, and sometimes you will feel very motivated to do the things you want to do, but at other times you might not. And so what we really need to do is to create a battle plan for you moving forward so that you still do the things you want to do, that you still stick to your goals, you still stick to your resolutions, whatever they might be. So what do you have to do to create self-discipline in yourself? What do you have to do to create this new habit around whatever it is that you're bringing into your life? That is so much more important than motivation. And again, motivation, I just really think for many of us, it leads us away from our power. It gives us the sense that something outside of us is what is giving us this fuel. And while that can work to a certain degree, you need to remember that your own fuel is so much more important. When you start to make rules for yourself and you actually start to stick to them, you also create a sense of trust in yourself. When you can trust yourself, that is so powerful. It's part of your authentic power. When you do something that you say you are going to do, you are building confidence in yourself. Every time that you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, you are letting yourself down a little bit. That voice inside of you is telling you, I know, that it is okay to eat the cookie. It's okay to skip the workout. It is okay to spend this money on the movie or whatever instead of putting it in the bank. That voice is always going to be there. But you are so much bigger than that voice of laziness or fear, whatever it is, and you know what is actually really important to you. If you have made a list this New Year's about what you want to accomplish this year, there is no part of you that can avoid being accountable to yourself. At some point in time, you will have to be accountable to yourself for your own actions. And let me tell you, you guys, when you decide that you really want something and you think it is important enough to write it down and you really commit to this goal, and then you start letting yourself down, you create a feeling of disappointment in yourself, and that over time can be really debilitating. So I didn't want to make this video a Debbie Downer. I really wanted to just remind you of what is actually important, because when you can concentrate on what is actually important in creating a new habit or a new routine, that is what is going to keep you motivated, and that is what is going to keep you moving forward. At the end of the day, there's always an internal battle we are fighting between the things that we know we want and our desire for immediate comfort. It is up to you to remember to keep your eye on the prize. It is up to you to remember that your dreams are worth a little bit of discomfort in the here and now, because the thing that you want is so much bigger and so much better. So I invite you guys this January to stop looking for motivation outside of you, and in fact, maybe even to stop thinking about motivation entirely. In this year, we are going to start to become accountable to ourselves, and that means really accountable to the things that we know we want. And again, if you have taken the time to write some resolutions down, it is time to really double down in your commitment to them. Stop giving your power away to whether or not you feel like doing something. You can do things even when you don't feel like it, because you are that important. Okay, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I hope you're having an amazing start to your new year. If you like this video, please do me a favor, give it a like. If you know a friend that could use this message, pass this along to them. If you want to learn more about me, you can come on over to my site. I have a free How to Feel Better digital course for you to take over there. If you sign up for updates, I'll sign you up for the class and get you started right away. If you want to watch more videos from me, you can click my latest upload right here. And if you want to stick around with me for the long haul, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right here. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I'm wishing you so much joy in this amazing new year. And as always, just remember, get ready for the miracle. See you guys.